Hi everyone. So I was going to make this video in the morning, but I decided evening, it's all on my mind, so I'm going to just go for it and let you know. I'm sure I'm the only one who has kryptonite in her life. That, I mean, there's the positive, go-getter, love competition, love that kind of thing. And then there's the other side of me, which is, excuse me, if there's too much pressure on me, um, my kryptonite is that when there's just way too much, and then I start to not do very well. I start to crumble and self-doubt and get nervous, and then it's like, oh, I better do this and I better do that, and it's like, no, just video it and document it the way it is. But sometimes, yeah, I do let pressure get to me. But am I still going to do my best to get 9 pounds off by New Year's Eve? Yes, I'm still going to work toward it. Might it happen by Christmas Day? Maybe. It could. I affirm that I will get the 9 pounds off, and it will be sometime in that range, but I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't know for sure. I can't see the future, but I want this, and I am working towards it, and I am telling myself I can most of the time, except that sometimes I think about, like, I mean, I'm sure I'm the only one who has anything that's going to put a monkey wrench in it, right? Obviously not. I am no different than anyone else. I mean, it's like, okay, Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know Thanksgiving's coming up. Got that. It's going to make me gain probably a pound or so, right? Even though I'm going to be somewhat careful. It's the foods I'm not used to eating, and they tend to bloat me up a little bit. And then I take that off, and then, yeah, it's like 5 days later, and I'm going to New York. And yeah, I'm eating away from home, and I'm trying to be careful. Now I have another monkey wrench in it, because I mean, it's a great thing too, but I have a nephew and his wife and their children that are actually going to be in New York City at the same time. Not all the same dates, but some of the same dates. And that's all great. Want to meet for lunch or dinner, okay. And I'm like, trying to have more than one out. And then my health coach is like, but you can order something healthy. They do have options there. You can order the salad, the chicken, I'm like, okay, you're right. And I just kind of get a little too nervous about these things sometimes, wanting everything to be just right and just perfect, and and it's like, but I enjoy that they're going to be there, and I and I want to spend time with my friend Chris from time, when he has time, and I mean, it would be nice to try a New York bagel, and it would be nice to try a authentic pizza, and it's like, I can do those things. I just have to not, like, oh no, the world is going to come to a complete end, and this worst case scenario, I'm going to gain 5 pounds by the time I get home. It's like, no, not if I walk enough, not if I'm careful, and all of that. But I've had a little bit of a, oh man, I got to get this much off by this time, or else it's going to be bad, and then I'm going to gain this, and I got to get it off, and then I have to do, and so I'm putting too much pressure on myself. I did it to myself, and then I asked for some help to do it to myself. And sometimes I have to communicate, okay, I need to back off a little bit, because I have kryptonite of too much pressure makes me crumble. So my pressure is off. I mentally feel better. I still want to lose the weight. I still want to be lighter by New Year's, by New Year's Eve, than I am now. And I know I will be lighter. How much lighter, I do not know for sure. I think it's entirely possible that I could lose the 9 pounds more that I have to lose. But you know what? I am still going to put out the shorts. I'm still going to show you what I'm doing. And I probably will exceed my expectations. I have before done that. But I am not going to put huge pressure on myself. And I don't want any of you to feel that pressure on yourself, that if I'm projecting anything, I do apologize. I don't want to do that. Everybody has a life. And just, my thing is try to keep your good habits. Enjoy yourself, but keep some good habits. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, is follow what I said to you and not try to overdo it for myself. And so that's all this was about, was just we can make sure that things are not derailed. I can do that. I encourage you to do that. And at the same time, you can probably be lighter if you start now. There's, there are parties and different things between Thanksgiving and Christmas, depends on who you are and how many you can, you go to and whatnot. But there are smart ways of doing it. And I'm just going to see without caving and crumbling and all that sort of thing, the best that I can do. That's all I can do, is enjoy, but do the best I can, right? That's all any of us can do. And so there we go. And so until sometime in a few days when I make another video, by the way, I have 9 pounds left to lose. I think I'm going to put that in the description anyway, but I have 9 pounds left to lose. I started with my challenge about 4 days ago, maybe. I had 11, now I have 9. Now, will I go down in weight? Well, I will probably go down in weight. Is it enough to say it's another pound? I just go by what the first 3 numbers are, not the point whatever. Even though it might be, not quite whatever. It's best I do is just go with the first 3 numbers, and if it goes to the next number pound down, then I'm going to call it, another pound down. Since it was 227.9, yeah, it's going to be basically a pound before I could say I lose a pound at this point. Anyway, so I'm rambling on, but yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself, but do the best you can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow that advice, take a little pressure off myself, and yeah, maybe if you want to throw some encouragement my way, it's all going to be okay. That's great too. I always like the encouragement. And I throw some your way. You can do it, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. Bye-bye. Like, comment, and subscribe if you would, please.